Hey everybody, Joe here from JO Builds. Tonight we're doing an epoxy pour. As you see here, I got this board here. I didn't make this board. One of my friends had this board and he wanted me just to do a few modifications to it. So I agreed to do that. So what I did was I cut the 28 in there and put some handles in it. So now we're gonna fill the 28 with the epoxy here. So I have my epoxy here. I got superclear, got that from them. I already measured it out to what I should need. We'll see if that calculation was right, but I have the two parts here. We'll mix that up with the color in a minute. So a couple things I've learned. I used to do epoxy floors a whole bunch, as you can see here. And a few things I've learned with that was basically as soon as you mix this, you're gonna be on a timer. For this, it's not as rushed as you can say like a garage. When you're doing 1,000 square feet or more, you know, that time starts to cut in pretty quickly. Here we should be set, but once you mix those, you're gonna have just a limited amount of time to do anything. So you wanna make sure you're all set up. Everything's set like I got everything here. So that way once you start mixing, you can just mix it up and then just pour it. Because like I said, once you mix them, they'll start to cure. And then once it does cure, it starts to get tacky and then it starts to harden. And then if you're not ready for that, you're gonna be out of luck. So, like I said, I got my two parts here. I got a color. It's supposed to be a red color, so we'll see how that works out. So we're gonna mix that up first. I'm gonna mix that, like I said before, I mix the two parts. That way they don't start hardening while I try to mix this. So I'm just gonna go. I have an idea of how much it should be, but we're just gonna basically find the color we want. So I got my drill here with the mixing paddle. So you can see it's a nice red, so I like that. So we're gonna go ahead and start mixing the rest of it in. I say to mix it for a couple minutes, so I'll show a little timer here. I should know. should be thoroughly mixed. So now I should take this and start pouring. I'm just gonna try and pour it nice and evenly. And a lot of these epoxies are self-leveling, so they'll start to fill in all the little voids. So I go a little bit under, so that way when I start sanding out and stuff like that, it won't be sanding as much of the epoxy, because that makes a huge mess. I'll be sanding more wood than epoxy. Looks like this is a little uneven, so we're gonna prop up this side. That didn't use all the epoxy. Usually I have something else to kind of pour it onto so I could try and use it, but this is basically just gonna harden in here. Actually, you know what I could probably do is I'll probably let it harden in here, then pull it off and cut it in a couple coasters. They'll be nice and round from the cup here, but when you're doing epoxy, also it makes a huge mess, so have a work area that you're okay with making a mess on. Too much? Alright, as you can see, it's starting to bubble. You just come with a torch. Just hit it with the bubble. Get rid of all those bubbles. And then it's gonna take some time. It'll cure after a couple hours. We start to harden up, but it won't be fully cured for a couple days. So he'll just let it sit for the next couple days, and that looks like, I like that color. That color is a lot deeper, so I know for next time I don't have to use as much of that pigment. And still give me a nice deep red color. I had my reservations about it because if you look at it in here, it kind of looks pink. So I'm glad it came out nice and red. And then I'll let this sit, like I said, for a couple days. Come back over, start sanding process, and sand it all the way down. You know, start at 120, work my way up from there. But that's how you pour the epoxy. Now all I'm gonna do is clean up my stuff so that way I can keep using this. I don't have to throw this away. The buckets I'll just throw away because they're cheap. And that's it. Just a little mix, a little pour, and you're all done. So don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I'll get back to you on those questions. But yeah, this is definitely a lot easier than pouring floors. So if you're interested in pouring floors though, you know, similar technique, but yeah, you'll be racing against time on that one because you'll be trying to cover huge square footage in, you know, a short amount of time. Usually this takes about an hour to start to fully harden. So like I said, you got plenty of time here on little boards or whatnot. Even if you're doing a bigger table, you got plenty of time to kind of let it go and kind of adjust, make adjustments, and then you'll be able to get it where you want it, and then just let it go, let it sit. So thanks for watching.